All right, let's hear it for our seniors. Good evening, everyone. I want to take a moment to celebrate the graduating class of 2025. My name is Chris Ramirez, and I am the very proud principal of the Pacifica High School, and I want to welcome you to our annual commencement ceremony. I would also like to thank all of our support staff who made this day possible. Your time, effort, and dedication to the setup and the decorations are deeply appreciated. Buenas noches todos. Quiero tomar un momento para celebrar a la clase de graduación de 2025. Soy Chris Ramírez, el orgulloso director de la Pacifica High School, y quiero desearles a todos la bienvenida a nuestra ceremonia anual de graduación. ¡Vamos, Tritons! También me gustaría agradecer a todo el personal de apoyo que hizo posible este día. Apreciamos profundamente el tiempo, el esfuerzo y la dedicación que pusieron en la preparación y decoración. Graduates, please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Mariana Prieto, and the National Anthem, which will be performed by Julianne May Toisen.
Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
And now for our national anthem, which will be performed by Julianne May Toisen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this moment, I'm going to ask the graduating class of 2025 to take your seats now. Beautiful. We practiced that several times. Today, we will be presenting to you the class of 2025. Pacifica High School would like to welcome some very special guests to our commencement ceremony today. Please join me in welcoming the Board of Trustees of the Oxnard Union High School District. School board members are elected by the community to provide leadership and citizen oversight of our school district. The role of the school board is to ensure that the district is responsive to the values and priorities of the community and to provide each student with what they need to be college-ready and career-prepared. Today in attendance, I would like to welcome Ms. Linda Baker Torres. Linda Baker Torres was elected to the board in 2022 after 40 years of service to the Oxnard Union High School District. As an interpreter for the deaf and hard of hearing at Rio Mesa High School, Linda takes great pride in the many roles she played at Rio Mesa. She's a paraeducator and wife to a Rio Mesa teacher and coach and a mom of 3 Spartan graduates, 2 of whom became public school teachers. Linda also served as the vice president of the Oxnard Federation of Teachers and School Employees. As a trustee, Linda is eager to elevate the voices and to support all stakeholders in the Oxnard Union High School District community. Thank you for joining us tonight. Also joining us and representing the Oxnard Union High School District are Dr. Thomas McCoy, our superintendent of the Oxnard Union High School District, Dr. Virginia Kelson, our assistant superintendent of educational services, and Ms. Reina Bejarano, Chief Technology Officer. And a special shout out on my left to my beautiful wife and children. Thank you for being here today. Now, at this moment, I would like to introduce the ASB President, Jasmine Rucobo, and Senior Class President, Ariana Medina, who will present the class history for 2025. Come on up, ladies.
Good evening, friends and family. I'm Mariana Medina, your senior class president.
And I'm Jasmine Rakobo, your ASB president. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2025.
Everyone looks so good out there. Today marks the end of 4 years of hard work and dedication, and it has truly paid off to get to this point. As we stand here today on the threshold of our future, it's hard not to reflect on the journey that has got us to this point.
Whether you stayed up working late, studying for tests, and only got a couple hours of sleep, or you studied the period before, every ounce of energy was very much worth it. Although it's not only about the test and the amount of homework you got from your English and math teachers, it's about the growth.
Think back to the person that you were when you first started this journey, and now appreciate the person you've become. Now, Jazz, let's get started with this recap.
Freshman year started, and most of us, probably all of us, were excited or nervous, wondering where we were going to hang out at lunch. We started the year strong with our devious licks, which resulted in our restroom mirrors being taken away.
We're still waiting to get them back.
We started high school only knowing what the top half of each other's faces looked like, leaving what was covered to our imagination as we dealt with the aftermath of COVID. We wore masks to all of our first football game, first dance, first rally. After almost half the school year, we were finally able to remove our mask and truly see one another. Before we knew it, our first finals arrived. Some of us got to enjoy watching a movie in class, while others crammed to finish their final or get in that last bit of late work. Freshman year left us with memories that we will never forget, which prepared us to walk into sophomore year feeling more confident.
All right, sophomore year. Wait, Jazz, what happened sophomore year?
Exactly.
Well, we did have that one glow dance that nobody went to. But let's not forget our fun time with Holiki's tardy sweeps and how everybody was terrified to be late or be caught standing in the hallway at the wrong time. Anyways, moving on.
Junior year, we became upperclassmen and started to think seriously about our future. Some of us took on honors classes or AP classes in hopes of getting into our dream schools.
Remember the Friday night light dance and having to rush over after the game? And how did people from Rio get into the dance? I guess we'll never know. And just as we were recovering from Holiki's tardy sweeps, we were introduced to Minga and how everybody had to keep an eye out on our 7-minute timer to use the restroom. Shout out to Ms. Montgomery for being really strict on those last 10 minutes, and shout out to Nancy for letting us hang out those last 10 minutes.
Let's not forget about our homecoming under the floating lights, where everyone showed up and showed out in their best fits. Let's also not forget how Savion Taylor tried doing a backflip on the dance floor.
And we all know how that ended.
Fast forward to spring, when our baseball team made Pacifica history and won state regional champs for the first time. Although junior year was filled with a bunch of fun memories, it didn't compare to
Senior year! The year everyone waited for! The year we saw in movies, shows, and the year our older siblings always talked about. Senior year started with our senior sunrise at 5 in the morning. Remember when we almost missed the sunrise because we were looking the wrong way?
A few days later, the first day of senior year, we got on campus with one thing on our minds, filling out those college apps, while others just came on campus. Nonetheless, we were all here together again one last time. Having started off with our football team moving up leagues, we still had the opportunity to go against our rival, the school down the street. Once again, we defeated the Yellow Jackets and owned Gonzalez Road all 4 years of high school.
Although we only had four home football games this season, playoffs definitely made up for that. Our boys not only won CIF, but they won regional champs. And they also advanced to the state championship. This was definitely a big year for Pacifica sports, with football advancing to state, wrestling winning CIF, boys soccer advancing to D1 playoffs, and many swimmers advancing to state. It was a good year to be a Triton.
As sports were coming to a close, senior nights were rolling by. We were starting to realize that our senior year was coming to a close. As we prepared for our final moments, prom was right around the corner. This year's prom, once upon a bayou, everyone there was royalty, in their beautiful princess-like dresses and the guys in their dapper suits.
Shout out to everyone who voted for us, hashtag prom queens. Next was grad night. We didn't just have one, but we had two. Students enjoyed a day of rides, a night of DJs, and other grad night activities. And everybody remembers the struggle of having to walk back to the parking lot and trying to find the right bus. All this happening at 2 in the morning with our batteries running on overtime. Lastly, we ended the year off with our first ever senior carnival. We enjoyed jolly jumpers, food trucks, and we got to experience some of our childhood games. This was definitely a full circle moment for everybody.
Graduates, today is not a day to be sad about leaving. We are here to celebrate our achievements and are very excited about the future. You all have put in so much work to be here and should feel proud of yourselves.
Thank you all for showing up and giving your all, even when it was difficult, even when you were tired, even when you felt like quitting. To those who spent endless hours on college essays, we're very proud of you for going through that process, and we congratulate you for getting into the school of your dreams.
Thank you to all the staff, faculty, and advisors who pushed us to do our best and never let us give up.
We hope that your years here at Pacifica have prepared you for the challenges you will face. Who knows, among you ladies, there may be a future Eleanor Roosevelt or a future Bella Hadid. And among you young men, there may be a future LeBron James or the next Justin Jefferson. You will always have the glorious memories of Pacifica High School forever.
And thank you to all the families who supported us. I'd like to give a big shout out to my parents. Thank you for always loving me and supporting me, and for every sacrifice you've made. I love you and wouldn't be on this stage without you. And thank you to Mr. C, our ASB advisor, whom I worked with for 4 years. Thank you for always keeping your classroom door open and giving me a second home on campus.
I'd like to give a shout out to my I'd like to give a shout out to my little big sister. Yeah, I have many siblings. You were always the one that was closest to me. Not only because of our age, but the amount of time we spent together. Thank you for being my rock and always being the shoulder I cried on. Always know that my room is down the hallway. Love you lots, even when I seem like I don't.
And last but not least, we would love to give a special shout out to the one and only Cesaris!
Thank you for giving us a second home and a safe place. You have been more than just a coach, but have given us love like a big sister.
We are forever grateful to you, and we know that you are only just a call away.
Especially if we need an Uber. We will love you forever, Coach Vanessa. Tritons, before we leave this ceremony, always remember that you are not only shaped by the lessons learned in the classroom, but the ones learned outside. Those are the ones that have truly shaped us.
Forever, we will remember it's good to be a Triton.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the class of 2025. We did it. Jazz and Ari out! Sorry, con las uñas no puedo.
Great job, ladies. It's not easy coming up here. One more round of applause for these two amazing ladies. Now, as Pacifica High School graduation ceremony tradition, we dedicate a special song to our senior class and our families here in attendance tonight. I would like to introduce to you the Pacifica High School's mariachi, who will perform La Vida es un Carnaval. Thank you so much. Viva Pacifica! At this time, I have the honor of introducing to you our top 10 scholars. I ask that these graduates stand and remain standing to be recognized as a group. Ariane Mishore, Caio Butak, Adriel Becerra, Isaac Sabido, Valeria Arteaga, Brandon Denny, Natalia Ledowski, Audrey Castillejo, Gianna Getz, and Julianne May Twazin. Top 10 scholars may now be seated. Thank you. Now, I want to introduce all of you to our valedictorians, two of whom will be sharing some words of wisdom with you tonight. Will our valedictorians please come to the stage? Yes. No, just hand the box to them. That should be it. 7 and 7.
You good?
Our amazing valedictorians here tonight are Valeria Arteaga, Kelly Flores Bonilla, Kimberly Flores Bonilla, Michael Kim, Eduardo Marquez, Ariane Mishore, Angel Ortega, Sofia Perez, Melanie Plasencia, Mariana Prieto, Michaela Rose Rabe, Isaac Sabido, Paola Segoviano, and Maite Tolentino. First to speak up and share some words of wisdom with you will be Michaela Rabe.
Good evening, high school graduates, family, administration, and staff. Permit me to take you back to 2013 when I was 5 years old and lived in the Philippines with my family. I did not have much, but I was a happy girl with a destination and a purpose who was blessed with dreams of the future and a will to pursue something greater than me. As it is customary in the Philippines, children sometimes sell food and things to earn a little extra. One hot summer day, I saw a girl, like me, carrying a wooden crate filled with ripe mangoes, and tucked beside the fruit were a few small coins, part of her day's earnings. Her feet were bare, dust-covered, and pressed against the blistering road. At just 7 years old, she was already working. I introduced myself and told her I would be moving to the United States in a few months. She paused, glanced down at her crate, reached into it, and picked out a single coin. 10 pesos. She placed it gently in my hand and said softly in Tagalog, "Eto, sa'yo na lang, bumili ka ng gusto mo bago ka pumunta sa US." Which means, "Here, You can have this. Buy yourself something you like before you leave for the US. I held the coin tightly, unsure how to respond, as I watched her turn and walk away. Her act of generosity stayed with me all my life. What was astonishing about this interaction 11 years ago was her selfless heart. What I have come to realize is that giving is such a powerful thing. I'm challenging you and me to be givers. How that looks for each of us will be different. We all have gifts and talents that will determine our capacity to be selfless. Remember that giving can be as simple as a kind word, a thoughtful gesture, 10 pesos or more. Remember, it is not the amount, but it is your heart, which makes others feel noticed and important because we all are. Thanks be to God who taught us how to give. It is truly a privilege and honor to stand before you today, representing the class of 2025. I also want to express my deepest gratitude to the incredible Pacifica staff, our administrators, teachers, counselors, and Principal Ramirez, who entered with us and now celebrating this event. Year after year, you pour your hearts into serving and shaping us, and your dedication and giving has not gone unnoticed. Special thanks to Mrs. Silva, Miss Manrique, Miss Pantoja, and Mrs. Merricks. Thank you for giving us your best. Thank you for giving us your all, much like the little girl who sold mangoes did for me. I believe God has something greater in store for us because we are meant to be world changers. Thank you to my family who never gave up on me and supported me. Thank you, Mommy, Daddy, Mr. and Mrs. Knotts. Thank you, friends and friends who became family in these last 4 years. May Jesus, who changed my world, bless yours, filling your future with opportunities to bring joy not only to your life, but to the lives of others. Congratulations, class of 2025. On to the next moments of our lives. Go forward with purpose, lead with heart, be different to make a difference, and give this world your best, just like the little girl did. And to all my world changers out there, you already know, if there's a purpose, there's a process. Thank you. Up next is Melanie Plasencia.
Good evening, beloved family members, dedicated faculty, and fellow graduates. Thank you for being here today on this momentous occasion as we honor the senior class of 2025 and all of our accomplishments over the past 4 years. Quiero tomar un momento para agradecer a mi mamá y a mi papá, quienes siempre me han apoyado a través de todos los obstáculos con los que me he encontrado y me motivan a siempre seguir adelante. Soy muy afortunada de tenerlos en mi vida y por tener esta oportunidad de estudiar y continuar mi educación gracias a ellos. A todos los padres hispanohablantes, estoy segura que sus hijos lo agradecen tanto como yo agradezco a los míos. I am truly grateful to have this opportunity to address you all today. The class of 2025 is a shining example of resilience and excellence. Over the past 4 years, we have shown that Pacifica students continue to strive for greatness in all fields. Many of us have excelled not only academically, but also in sports, arts, and other areas that define what it means to be a Trident. Every student graduating today has put in relentless effort to reach this milestone, and it is a testament to our dedication and our hard work, which we are all proud of. Coming into high school our freshman year was certainly a new experience, as we had to leave behind a familiar environment and get used to a different setting filled with new people and new experiences. Some arrived prepared, being guided by older siblings and peers, while others came into high school completely unaware to what lay ahead. However, we all share that first day of wandering around the school, struggling to find our classes. It's incredible how we went from that initial confusion to knowing PHS like the back of our hands. Now we have reached a pivotal point in our lives where we will all go our own ways and pursue different paths. Regardless of whether you choose to pursue a higher education, jump right into the workforce, or follow a completely different route, it is your hard work and dedication that have brought you all this far. It is this same dedication that will lead you to future success, no matter how it is that you define that for yourself. This journey will not be an easy task. You will continue to encounter struggles in your life. However, I urge you all to persist with bravery regardless of how daunting the future may seem. I am not suggesting you should be fearless, for fear is part of being human. Yet it is that ability to take action despite being fearful that truly determines our bravery and our courage. So, in the words of Michelle Obama, make decisions based on hope and possibility. Make decisions based on what should happen, not what shouldn't. Some of you may have seen these last 4 years in high school as a truly amazing experience, while others may have perceived it to be somewhat challenging. Regardless, the fact is that this period in our lives is a key moment of transformation and growth. During the past 4 years, we have grown as individuals more than ever. We have developed our passions, discovered our interests, and explored our identities. Most importantly, we have started to form a vision of our future. This journey of self-discovery is a crucial stepping stone that brings us all one step closer to achieving our goals and aspirations in life. Now, as we stand on the brink of this new chapter, let us remember that we are the future doctors, engineers, scientists, lawyers, and entrepreneurs of our community, and our future will only be as bright as we make it. Let's continue to support each other, celebrate our differences, and embrace the opportunities that lie ahead. Together, we could create a future filled with hope, innovation, and endless possibilities. Let us all give one more round of applause to all our parents, teachers, and especially our graduating class of 2025.
Thank you all. May be seated. Thank you all. May be seated. Thank you all. Y'all may be seated. Round of applause one more time for our valedictorians. Tritons, it's my turn to give my message to you. And this would be my last message to you guys as one of my most memorable classes, my first 4-year class. So let me just start out by saying, we made it. 4 years ago, I stood in front of a group of 9th graders who were unsure of themselves, unsure of high school, and honestly, so was I. I didn't know what to expect when I first stepped on campus as your principal. I was nervous too. I didn't know what Pacifica High School would become for me, but just like you, I found my place. And what a place it's been. You are the first class I've had the privilege of walking with for all 4 years. And I mean it when I say, I've seen you grow in ways no textbook or transcript could ever capture. You've built your legacy here at Pacifica, not just in grades or GPAs, but through your spirit. In the beauty you created in the arts, on stage, in studios, in music rooms, in dance, in every hallway rally where you brought this campus to life. In the grit you showed on the field, on the court, in the gym, or running wind sprints, wondering if conditioning really builds character. Spoiler alert, it does. Academics, arts, and athletics. These are the pillars that we talk about at Pacifica, and you've represented all three with pride. But today, I also want to recognize the fourth pillar. We call it attitude, but it's heart, because heart is what carried so many of you through tough times. I've heard some of your stories about the challenges at home, about moments you felt like you didn't belong anywhere until you found this school, this community. Let me tell you something. You belonged here. You always did, and you always will. And to those of you who joined us along the way, not as freshmen, but mid-year, mid-semester, or mid-pandemic, you are a vital part of this Triton family. You brought new energy, new stories, and made us better. We've shared so much, we've laughed, we've cried, we've pushed through unexpected moments, some joyful, some difficult, but always together. I've adopted many of you as my nieces and nephews, and at this point, I might need to start a group chat for the family reunion. I know this isn't just a moment for celebration, it's also a moment for gratitude. So let's take a second to thank the people who helped you get here, to our amazing teachers, counselors, support staff, coaches. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for guiding, teaching, and believing in these students when they didn't believe in themselves at times. So thank you, teachers and staff and support staff as well. And I don't want to forget another very important group here tonight. To the families, our parents, our guardians, our siblings, our grandparents, thank you also for your sacrifices, your strength, and your support. This milestone also belongs to you. Now, what's next? Some of you will head off to college, some to 2-year or 4-year, some to trade schools, some into the workforce. Some are still trying to figure it out, and that's okay. Whatever path you choose, let me leave you with what I've learned from you over the 4 years and what I know to be true of you. You guys are resilient, you guys are capable, and you guys are ready. Don't wait for life to hand you the perfect moment. Be great to be great. Be great now. Be great wherever you go and wherever you are. And when life tests you, because it will, trust me. Remember what one of your classmates said to me just this week alone. They said, the journey wasn't always easy, Ramirez, but it made me who I am, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. Now that's real wisdom, I said to myself. So wherever you go next, go boldly, go proudly, but don't forget, you can always reach back. This school is your home. This staff, this community, we're here for you, always, because family doesn't end when the tassels turn tonight. So class of 2025, as your proud principal, I leave you with this. Lead with heart, lead with passion, live with purpose, and never forget you are and will always be a Triton. It's good to be a Triton. Triton, hoy celebramos algo muy especial. No solo su graduación, sino también un viaje que comenzamos juntos hace 4 años. Ustedes fueron mi primera generación completa, y como muchos de ustedes en 9º grado, yo también estaba nervioso. No sabía qué esperar de Pacifica, pero pronto entendí que esta escuela no solo es un edificio, es una comunidad, es una familia. Y ustedes, con su esfuerzo, su creatividad, su energía, le han dado vida a esta escuela. Pacifica está construida sobre 3 pilares: académicos, artes, atletismo, y ustedes han brillado en cada uno, en los salones, en los escenarios, en las canchas, pero también han demostrado algo aún más importante: resiliencia y corazón. Escuché a varios de ustedes contar cómo encontraron aquí un lugar donde sí pertenecen, un lugar donde en los momentos difíciles encontraron apoyo, amistad y fuerza. Eso es lo que somos en Pacifica. También quiero reconocer a quienes llegaron a mitad del camino. No importa cuándo empezaron, lo importante es que llegaron, se entregaron y dejaron su huella. Gracias a nuestros maestros, al personal y a todas las familias por acompañarlos en este camino. Este logro también es de ustedes. Ahora, al mirar hacia adelante, sea universidad, escuela técnica, trabajo o algo diferente, quiero que recuerden esto. Sean grandes, donde sea que estén. Hagan las cosas con excelencia y con propósito. Y nunca olviden que siempre pueden regresar a Pacifica. Esta es su casa. Cada clase de 2025 ha sido un honor ser su director. Siempre seré parte de su historia y ustedes siempre serán parte de la mía. Lideren con corazón, aprendan con pasión y vivan con propósito. Y como siempre, es un orgullo ser un Triton. Now, my fellow Tritons, before we continue, I want to take a moment to remember a special Triton in our hearts, Savannah Wiegand, forever a part of this class and our Triton family. Though she is no longer with us, her spirit, her warmth, and light remain in our hearts. We are deeply honored to have her mother, Laura Watts, here with us tonight. Laura, please know that Savannah is remembered with love and that this moment also belongs to her. Tritons, a moment of silence for our Savannah. Thank you, fellow Tritons. Now, with this awesome class of 2025, please stand up. As we practice, good job. Trustee Linda Baker Torres, as principal of Pacifica High School, I certify that the student standing before you has successfully completed all of the requirements for a high school diploma or certificate as established by the Oxnard Union High School District and the state of California, and I recommend the awarding of such at this time. Now, I respectfully invite Trustee Linda Baker Torres to the podium to accept the class of 2025.
On behalf of the Board of Education of the Oxnard Union High School District, it is my great pleasure to accept the certification. Congratulations, graduating class of 2025. I now present to you the graduating class of 2025. At this time, I'm going to ask the first row to present themselves to be recognized and the remainder of the class to be seated. Thank you.
Here we go.
Julianne May Toison.
Aryan Mishore.
Jasmine Rucobo.
Angel Ortega.
Ariana Medina.
Sofía Pérez.
Michaela Rose Rabe.
Mariana Prieto.
Melanie Plasencia.
Isaac Sabido.
Valeria Arteaga.
Paola Segoviano.
Kelly Flores Bonilla.
Maite Tolentino.
Kimberly Flores Bonilla.
Snyder Alvarez Ordóñez.
Michael Kim.
Ariana Centeno.
Eddie Marquez.
Frida Lara Rodríguez.
John Jairo Acevedo.
Isabel Manuel Vázquez.
Angel Reyes.
Ruby Martínez Rodríguez.
Angel Daniel Alcala.
Evelyn Ortega Zuniga.
Adriel Alfaro.
Alejandro Ponce.
Analisa Alvarado.
Citlali Reyes.
Andre Russell Aquino.
David Solís.
Jennifer Bautista.
Ana María Vega.
Ashley Calderon.
Ryan Zurita.
Sherlyn Camacho.
Stephanie Casares.
Rigoberto Carballo.
Ángela Cervantes.
Haley Cruz.
Sherlyn Guerrero Navarrete.
Jean Diaz.
Lucero Guillén.
Teofila Figueroa.
Montserrat Gutierrez.
Brittany Garcia.
Talia Gutierrez.
Osvaldo O.G. Garcia.
Alyssa Hernandez.
Alexa Dayanara Gomez.
Citlali Hernández Nieto.
Emanuel Emilio González.
Jocelyn Herrera.
Lisette González.
Oscar Limon II.
Alexander Guerra.
Edward Marrufo Russell Jr.
Katy Esmeralda Guerrero.
José Patricio.
Diego Preciado.
Henry Silva.
Carlos Ramírez.
Molly Singh.
Jasmine Itzel Reyes.
Jaylene Vargas.
Christopher Ríos.
Jacob Acosta.
Camila Rivera Plancarte.
Jeremy Alton.
Alexandria Rodriguez.
Zuri Nayeli Alvarado.
Magali Rosete.
Alfredo Alvarez.
Jaime Adrián Ruiz.
Amanda Ambris Garcia.
Brandon Sanchez.
Jerry Apolonio.
Alma Sandoval.
Julián Barajas.
Evelyn Chavarria.
Alexander Lemos.
Alexis Chavez.
Jonathan Lemus.
Chelsea de la Cruz Marroquín.
Fidel López.
Richard Gallegos.
Nelly López.
Eric Gonzalez.
Destiny Manso.
Kenley Gonzalez.
Alondra Molina.
Naibe Gonzalez.
Ernesto Molina Castro.
Marquez Guerrero.
John Ramírez.
Jade Gutierrez Flores.
Pablo Rivera Plancarte.
Damaris Hernández Berrospe.
Brandon Rodríguez.
Blanca Saldana.
Sebastián Cruz.
Anthony Santos.
Jake Deng.
Amy Santos Gonzalez.
Brandon Denny.
Oscar Vasquez.
Nathaniel Ferrer.
Joanna Arevalo.
Vania Flores Martínez.
Angel Becerra.
Alexis Godina.
Kyle Asmiro Butok.
Eri Guevara.
Ana Cabrera.
Santiago Gutierrez.
Venecia Castellanos.
Diana Hernández.
Audrey Castillejo.
David Keeler.
Jaden Lee.
Zaire Robles Ross.
Jacob Martinez.
Jorge Romero Garcia.
Angel Medina.
Nathan Ruiz.
Betsaida Otero.
Dario Ruiz Jr.
Jasmine Peña.
Máximo Sánchez Bautista.
Kelly Perez.
Tristan John Valencia.
Elijah Pisano.
Angelina Sizumbo.
Adrian Ramirez Vasquez.
Tony Bernal.
Jada Reyes.
Diana Cacho Alfaro.
Isela Robles.
Leilani Camacho.
Kimberly Diana Sendejas.
Abigail Gutierrez.
Christopher Alonso Chavez.
Paola Hernández.
Chase Clark.
Tatiana Magaña.
Edith Corro.
Michaela Mejia.
Oscar Espinosa.
Montserrat Morales.
Jacqueline Fernandez.
Angelina Oropesa.
Marlene Flores Calleja.
Savannah Pineda.
Yaritza Garcia.
Natalie Prieto Di Mayuga.
Destiny Gonzalez.
Jessica Ramirez.
Samantha Gonzalez.
Blanca Ramos.
Vincent Rivera.
Evelyn Santoyo.
Abigail Rodriguez.
Natalie Solorio.
Ashley Rodriguez.
Flor Villa Cuara.
Cheyenne Rodriguez.
Italia Alvarez.
Aaron Sache.
Lisette Aranda Pacheco.
Miguel Salcido Jr.
Alessa Ballesteros.
Hector Salvador Nabor.
Samantha Barragan.
Cynthia Sanchez Medina.
Kai Bowles.
Nelly Santiago.
Maria Cabrera.
Kelly Santibáñez.
Jenny Cruz.
Nicole Garcia.
Jazmín Guerrero.
Jennifer Gaspar.
Marlene Madrigal.
Cristel González.
Isel Magaña Hernández.
Ariana Guzmán.
Janet Melchor.
Alaya Hirsink.
Athena Molina.
Citlali Hernández.
Xiomara Ordóñez.
Claudia Hinojosa.
Yuridia Pérez.
Brandon Lemos.
María Teresa Robles.
Denise López.
Alesa Alondra Rodarte.
Jocelyn Lucas.
Star Romo.
Allison Ruiz.
Fernando Franco.
Araceli Salazar.
Maximiliano Álvarez Quiñones.
Justin Tolteca.
Isaac Montes Martínez.
Anayeli Vázquez.
Angel Patricio.
Yatsiri Vázquez.
Audrey Tejeda.
Chelsea Abris.
Christian Vázquez.
Lisbeth Aguilar.
Matthew Sánchez.
Sydney Caitlin Aguilera.
Fernando Ambriz.
Samantha Aguilar.
Rodolfo Junior Ambriz.
Alepata Aina.
Santiago Ambriz.
Christopher Albaran.
Mia Ambrosio.
Christian Albizu.
Elena J.A. Eng.
Shayna Alcantar.
Gabriel Ángeles.
George Alfaro.
Sofía Aragón.
Dewan Allen Colvin.
George R. Alex Arce.
Alan Alvarado.
Eduardo Lalo Arevalo.
Benjamín Álvarez.
Oscar Gael Avilés.
Emerson Álvarez.
Ángel Avín.
Gabriel Amaro Padilla.
Alexander Ayala.
Jordan Arreyola.
José Ayala.
Alexis Arroyo.
Paul Ayala.
Alyssa Arroyo.
Alexander Ayala López.
Alberto Artega.
Yaslin Baeza.
Alyssa Arzola.
John Baker.
Bryant Arzola.
Giselle Valderramas.
Brisa Ábalos.
Jonathan Baltasar.
Nicolás Avendano.
Emanuel Jair Calosa.
Isaac Ávila.
Cristian Camacho Rosas.
Eric Ávila González.
Kathy Camarena.
Ruby Barajas García.
Shailene Anaís Camargo.
Griselda Barsurto.
Jesse Carrillo.
Ruben Bartres III.
Aubrey Carrizales.
Emiliano Becerra.
Carol Castañón.
Hannah Berumen.
Antoinette Castellijo.
Brenda Bojorquez.
Gabriel Castillejo.
Stephanie Bonillo.
Opal Castillo.
Anthony Buenavista.
What's your name? Ay, gracias. Diego Chiquito.
Yaneli Caballero.
Isabel Bandero Cisneros.
Averaldo Calistro Jr.
Marín Junior Cisneros.
Brian Castrejón.
Alicia Michaela Clayton.
Alexander Ociel Cayetano Ortega.
Riley Cleveland.
Jesús Ceja Jr.
Aubrey Colvin.
Brianna Sendejas.
Araceli Contreras.
Daniel Centeno.
Daisha Copeland.
Natalia Cervantes.
Andrew Correa.
Adrian Cervantes.
Joshua Cortez.
Isabella Chavez.
Ramón de la Torre.
David Chavez Lopez. Destiny Cheng.
Jonathan de la Cruz.
Adán Covarrubias.
Carlos Delgado.
Daisy Cruz.
Nicolai Delgado.
Heidi Cruz.
Isaiah Dillon.
Ocho.
Joel Dingledine.
Irvin Cuardas.
Guadalupe Dirso.
Jessica Cuecuecha Pérez.
Citlali Domínguez.
Stephanie Cuenca.
Nathaniel Domínguez.
Gabriel Cuevas.
Brandy Duong.
Rafael Cruel.
Delilah Farias.
Reina Wences.
Juan Fernandez.
Dominic Duran.
Anthony Figueroa.
Eduardo Escobedo Bedoya.
Héctor Flores.
Giovanni Espinosa Muñoz.
Heidi Flores.
Anthony Espinosa.
Jordi Flores.
Michaela Espinosa.
Leila Flores Navarro.
Alia Esquivel.
Rubén Flores Jr.
Patrick Esquivel Reynoso. Janet Esquivel Ruiz.
Katie Flores Lara.
Brian Estrada.
Daniela Flores Mendoza.
Ashley Nicole Esidoda Barrera.
Jordan Garcia.
Gabriel Flores Munguía.
Oscar Garcia.
Emma Franco.
Ricardo Garcia.
Lynette Fulgencio.
Vianey Garcia.
Mariah Galindo.
Víctor Garcia.
Sergio Gallegos Hernández.
Gerardo Garcia Jr.
Joaquín Galván.
Natalie Garcia Rodríguez.
Alicia Galvez García.
Melanie Garcia Solís.
Adrian García.
Delcy Garcia Shum.
Brian García.
Abraham Godínez.
Giovanni García.
José Góngora Jr.
Diego Godínez.
Andrea González.
Tomás Godínez.
Emiliano González.
Gianna Getz.
Brandon González.
Adrian Antonio Gómez.
Gael González.
Erwin Gómez.
Jennifer González.
Elvia Gómez.
Jordan Gonzalez.
Alondra Maite Gómez Cervantes.
Carla Gonzalez.
Isaiah Gómez Rangel.
Arthur Gonzalez III.
Jacob Gómez Romero Jr.
Luis Gonzalez Romero.
Karen Gómez Salazar.
Axtrix Hernández.
Celestino González Mendoza.
Cintia Hernández.
Dylan Gruber.
Daniel Hernández.
Natalia Guerra.
Diego Hernández.
Angel Guerrero.
Eric Hernández.
Juan Guerrero.
Isaac Hernández.
Kimberly Heredia.
Jocelyn Hernández.
Aiden Hernández.
Jocelyn Hernández Ordaz.
Alexis Ruby Hernández.
Natalie Hernández.
Angel Hernández.
Vianey Hernández.
Ariana Hernández.
Stephanie Hinojosa.
Víctor Hernández.
Fernando Huerta Solano.
Viviana Hernández.
Isabella Hurtado.
Xochil Hernández.
Nolan Jackson.
Marta Hernández Cervantes.
Ulises Jiménez.
Giovanni Hernández Gutiérrez.
Michelle Jones.
Juan Hernández Toledano.
Tracy Jones Jr.
Anés Herrera.
Ezra Juarez.
Paulina Herrera.
Valeria Juárez Guillén.
Nadia Herrera García.
Adrián López.
Angel Herrera Gutiérrez.
Cristian López.
Alondra Juárez Mireles.
Isaac López.
Sayes Armando Cu.
Isabela López.
Reiko Earl Labrador.
Jonathan López.
Nicholas Laviso.
Josué López.
V. Lee.
Leticia López.
Edgar Lemus.
Michaela López.
Siley León.
Marina López.
Gustavo Licea Herrera.
Nicolás López.
Natalie Limas.
Ernesto Magaña.
Adrián López.
Savannah Magaña.
Adolfo López.
Anaís Magdaleno.
Angie López Enríquez.
Francisco Magdaleno.
Rosalinda López Ortiz.
Ángel Maldonado.
Noemí López Rodríguez.
Hakaran Manan.
Efraín Lorenzo.
José Emanuel Márquez.
Mikhail Lua Lamana.
Kiana Márquez.
A.B. Luna Medina.
Rihanna Márquez.
Alexa Macario de la Cruz.
Aurelio Martínez.
Brianna Maciel.
Mia Eve McLaughlin.
Hold on. Andrew Madrid Avila.
Angeliz Mejía.
Estrella Martínez.
Emanuel Mejía.
Fabiola Martínez.
Genesis Mejía Morales.
Jordan Martínez.
Elizabeth Melgar.
Miguel Martínez.
Xavier Melgarejo.
Vanessa Martínez.
William Melo.
Yahaira Martínez.
Gustavo Méndez.
Yunuen Martínez.
Moisés Méndez.
Jojo Martínez.
Valeria Isaís Méndez.
James Martz.
Jesús Manuel Mendoza Pérez.
Evelyn Mata.
Isabela Mendoza Ramírez.
Alan Mendieta.
Michelle Mendoza Vázquez.
Araceli Mendoza López.
Eddie Mesa.
Alexander Mendoza.
Jesse Mesa.
Berenice Mendoza.
Henry Miranda.
Edgar Mendoza.
Brian Miller.
Fatima Mendoza.
Ricky Molina.
Giovanni Mendoza.
Miranda Montalvo.
Kevin Mendoza.
Adrián Motelongo.
Jessica Mendoza.
Adrián Nápoles.
Daniel Alejandro Mendoza Bonilla.
Ariana Navarrete. Valeria Navarro.
Andrés Morales.
Mario Navarro Orros.
Isabel Moreno.
Natalia Nadelsky.
Rosalind Moreno.
Austin Wynn.
Jorge Jesus Moreno Guerrero.
Lucas Wynn.
Paul Santos Mosqueda.
Mara Núñez.
Juliana Mucul.
Edwin Oaxaca.
Estrella Muñoz Salazar.
Jorge Ochoa.
Logan Muñoz.
Ángel Parra.
Miranda Muro.
Seven Pascal.
Jaden Olivares.
Jerome Ray Pascua.
Leila Orante.
Evelyn Patricio.
Camila Ortega.
Francisco Patricio Hernández.
Angel Ortiz.
Emily Pedraza Campos.
Brian Ortiz.
Meirani Pelayo Carmona.
Lucas Ortiz Cuartas.
Yasmín Peñalosa.
Jennifer Pacheco.
Jeremiah Penny.
Jamie Padilla.
Adrian Perez.
Juan Bawa.
Namasvi Prajapati.
Esmeralda Palestino.
Duke Prasavati.
Angel Perez.
Ricardo Prieto.
Cassidy Divine Perez.
Marley Prudhomme.
Dulce Cristal Perez.
Anthony Quintero.
Elizabeth Perez.
Abraham Ramirez.
Ismael Perez.
Alejandro Ramírez.
Jaime Perez.
Erandi Ramírez.
Giovanni Perez.
Fátima Ramírez.
Pedro Perez.
Giselle Ramírez.
Augusto Pérez Chávez.
Xavier Reyes.
Jacob Piña Vega.
Ricardo Reyes Ramírez.
Reese Angelica Ramírez.
Aileen Reyes Vázquez.
Rosalinda Celeste Ramírez.
Jonathan Reyes Manso.
Clover Ramos.
Francisco Ríos. Elias Rios.
Ángel Rangel.
Jaiset Rivas Hernández.
Navey Rangel Ceja.
Emily Rivera.
Carlos Reyes.
Ángel Rodríguez.
Diego Reyes.
César Rodríguez.
Jamie Reyes.
Roisel Salazar.
Ryan Reyes.
Sebastián Salazar.
Destiny Rodríguez.
Madeline Salazar Pérez.
Jasmine Rodríguez.
Yasmín Sanabria.
Josué Rodríguez.
Alessandro Sánchez.
Moisés Rodríguez.
Alfredo Sánchez.
Nicolás Rodríguez.
Frida Sánchez.
Iret Rodríguez Rivera.
Jesús Sánchez.
José Ángel Rojas.
Taide Sánchez.
Jesse Romero.
Alberto Elijah Sandoval.
Gabriel Salas.
Francisco Solorio.
Angel Salazar.
Natalia Soria Zúñiga.
Natalia Santos.
Josiah Spivey.
Nicholas Schroeder.
Mayra Tamayo Garcia.
Aiden Segovia.
Jacob Tapia.
Bianca Serrano.
Citlán Tapia.
Alejandra Serrano León.
Jesse Taylor.
Jailin Alexa Servin.
Savion Taylor.
Jocelyn Silva.
Liliana Terran.
Lovedeep Singh.
Julissa Toralba Alvarado.
Savetlana Smith.
Diego Valentín.
Samuel Solis. Aaron Torres. Alicia Torres.
Giovanni Valle Patino.
Cynthia Torres.
Alan Vargas Bravo.
Erwin Steve Torres.
Stephanie Vargas Garcia.
Julian Torres.
Brian Wilson Vasquez.
Sergio Torres.
Cristian Ivan Vasquez.
Juan Jesús Troncoso.
Luis Vasquez. Raúl Vázquez.
Ken Unoa.
Robert Vázquez Juárez.
Jaden Valdez.
Silverio Vázquez Vázquez.
Kiana Ruby Valdez.
Anthony Villa.
Adam Vasquez.
Nomberto Villa.
Aiden Vasquez.
Angélica Villalobos.
Christopher Vasquez.
Elizabeth Viveros.
Jennifer Vasquez Rivera.
Adonai Bisuet.
Adrián Vega.
Alex Villacana.
Elena Vega Cortés.
Devin Wilkes.
Felicia Velázquez Hernández.
Tyler Williams.
Antoinette Venegas.
Itza Sique.
Carla Neira Verdín.
Juliana Zambrano.
Pedro Manuel Delma Ramírez. Anthony Zamora. David Zamora. Benjamin Zamudio. Jonathan Zamudio González. Jesús Zamudio Torres. Leslie Zarate Zarate. Nevea Zavala. Jana Cepeda. Gabriel de la Rosa Aguilar. Angel Moreno.
Again, with the class of 2025, please rise. 4 years ago, you started a journey that has enabled you to be here today as graduates of Pacifica High School. Now that you have reached that goal, the staff knows that they have prepared you for the future and that you've truly enjoyed the journey that led you to today's celebration. Graduates, please move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations, Pacifica High School Tritons, you did it! Tritons, we're gonna ask that we exit and we go through the side gate. Parents, we're gonna meet everybody by the softball field. Graduates, please exit through the softball side gate, visitor side gate. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Have a great and wonderful night. Hour and 53 minutes.